ToplessRobot.com presents...
You're listening to Animated Opinions, the only podcast that demands a blood sacrifice. I'm Melanie.
I'm Emily.
And today, we watched Ogre, a movie Emily recommended that is distinctly on brand for her.
It is.
Emily,
like, what?
Just tell the people about Ogre.
So,
I got nothing.
Ogre is a 2008 sci-fi original movie, and that's really all you need to know. Anybody who kind of, like, knows me knows that I love sci-fi originals. Like, it's like a weird love. Like, they're definitely not, top-notch movies or anything, but they're just so campy and enjoyable. And Ogre is definitely, like, a 2008 attempt at whatever this was.
Yeah, Ogre has a lot of good ideas. I like the first hour of Ogre, and I think that with better actors and more money for the CG, it could be a really good concept. The last 30 minutes, not so much. But the first hour, yeah.
So I actually have memories of, you're going to love this, I actually have memories of seeing this movie when it came out on TV in 2008. Like commercials and everything. Oh. Like I definitely saw this movie when it came out. And I just remember there's this one character named Hope, and I was like, this bitch is annoying. And then a decade later, I'm like, yeah, no, this bitch annoying.
That's a good way to remember it. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, this was basically what I imagine Game of Thrones is like.
This is better than Game of Thrones.
Shit.
You heard it here.
You heard it here first, folks.
Fucking fight me.
Better than Game of Thrones, which is now definitively over, and I think it's out of the public eye in the millions of weeks we'll take to release this podcast.
Yeah. Game of Thrones will be over. We should do some fake Game of Thrones. Actually, it won't even matter because fake Game of Thrones spoilers won't matter because the show will be over.
Yes.
All right.
I don't want to talk about Ogre.
Oh, I mean, well, here's the problem. Ogre was like so mediocre that there's really nothing to hate on aside from the CG and the campy acting.
Yeah,
but that's like...
It's no like Piranhaconda or Mega Shark.
Shut the fuck up. Those movies are my life.
Yeah, but that's because they're so fun and they're so bad that it's fun. This one is good enough that I want to see it done well.
Yeah, Sharktopus is one of my all-time favorite movies. Oh god, what's the producer's name? I think it's like Roger Corman. Roger Corman movies. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody better. Nope, it's Roger Corman. I've literally just seen Sharktopus pop up, like with Attack of the Crab Monsters, Last Woman on Earth, Sharktopus, Swamp Women.
Ooh, Swamp Women coming soon to A&D.
Holy shit! Sorry, I think this is the right person. He is 93.
A 93-year-old man made this movie?
No. So Roger Corman, I believe, is responsible for many of my favorite sci-fi original movies.
Okay.
Yeah, he made Sharktopus and he made Piranhaconda.
Okay.
And I think he assisted in some of the other movies.
Sometimes it takes until late in life to become a true visionary.
I know. Sharktopus is just so good.
Honestly, that gives me a lot of hope for my late life career that I now know you can still make some good shit when you're ancient.
Yeah, right? I just really, really, really want to work on amazing movies. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Roger Corman, everybody. Basically, what you need to know is I love him. He made movies such as Dino Croc, Super Gator, Death Race, Dino Shark, Dino Croc versus Super Gator, my favorite, Sharktopus, Death Race 2, Piranaconda, Death Race 3, Sharktopus versus Terracuda, Sharktopus versus Whale Wolf, and then a whole bunch of other Death Race movies as well. He produced
Terracuda?
Yeah.
What's a Terracuda?
A pterodactyl barracuda.
Oh.
How do you not
because I couldn't see it, so I was
imagining. Oh, okay. You're just like,
I was imagining Terra Earth rather than Terra with the silent P.
Yeah, sorry, I should have said Pteracuda.
No, that's fine. I love his animal hybrid series, Whale Wolf.
Whale Wolf is a killer whale wolf, and it is awful, and I love it a lot. Roger Corman did not make Ogre, but what we're saying is that this movie is kind of the middle ground, and it should have been either or. Like, it should have been a decent movie, or it should have been a Roger Corman creature feature, and it was neither.
No, there wasn't enough creature in this damn feature.
Was it produced by Cinetel? Cinetel Films. Yeah, okay. I couldn't tell if they had just done the VFX or if they had done... There's a lot going on here. The crew for this movie is shockingly small. Cinetel Films, who I believe did the production and distribution, they were originally based in Illinois, and they're an independent film production company and distributor. They're actually in West Hollywood still, which is shocking to me. But I was actually looking through the VFX team to see if there was anybody I knew, and everybody, I couldn't tell if they were Russian or Ukrainian or what was going on there, but like the entire VFX team, aside from any soups or leads, were Russian or Ukrainian or had very Eastern European last names, and it was super funny to me. But yeah, Cinetel Films, I assume I'm saying that correct because it's cinema and television kind of mashed together in a weird portmanteau.
It sounds right.
Paul Hertzberg is Cinetel Films' president and chief executive officer, and they have a statement: from the company's inception, we placed a major emphasis on the creation of quality product at reasonable cost. This has remained central to our company's philosophy and has been directly responsible for our success, and they see themselves as an alternative to the majors. And I would argue that success is a relative term, but I do have to give them kudos for being an independent production company that like makes films still, that hasn't shuttered or downsized recently.
Fair.
So yeah, they're doing their best. Honestly, they're doing what they can.
Yeah, this is definitely what they can. I really can't dunk on this too hard because it seems like a lot of people involved worked very hard on this and wanted it to be something decent. Yeah,
and you're going to see why, I think, as we dig a little bit deeper into the plot, air quotes around plot and dig, because it's all pretty well laid out. Like, there's no questions here. There's no. Yeah, it's hard to
Let's get into it.
Yeah, it's hard to explain without, like, actually going in a little bit more.
All right, so in 1859, we open on a Pennsylvanian village being swept by a fatal epidemic. Some men push a suffering family into a cave with doors, locking them in and posting a quarantine sign. After the town magistrate dies, the town mage, Sir Bartlett Henry, insists that he be made magistrate and allowed to solve the problem. His wife is already dead of the plague, and his beautiful daughter Hope is now showing symptoms. Several of the men agree, but Franklin is opposed to the idea. Swayed by the desperate urgings of the others, he reluctantly consents. Bartlett darkly warns them that there will be a price for the cure, and that they must be willing to pay it, no matter what it is. So we both watched this movie on YouTube because we suck, but I had some buffering problems for the first, want to say like 15 minutes. So the movie came in at 100p or like 240p max for me on my television. Yeah. It was sad.
I also watched this on a TV, and I had a beer in one hand and my laptop literally in my lap, and my roommate was drinking rum next to me, so we immediately started out on a high note. Also, I just want to point out that Cinetel Films also is responsible for some of my other favorite sci-fi movies, such as Snakehead Terror and Ice Twisters.
Yo, Ice Twisters is a fucking classic!
That's a really, really great one.
Yeah. Damn.
Have you ever
watched Ice Twisters?
Have you ever seen Snakehead Terror? We have to watch like a really bad, maybe not for the podcast or anything, but we just
Patreon bonus sci-fi movie podcast.
Oh my god, I would watch every sci-fi original movie. Oh, and Lavalantula.
If even one of you decides to give us money, we'll fucking do this. Someone DM me and give me $1.
No, I swear to God, I'll do it for free. I
just want to know that there's someone who wants this fucking content from us.
I will watch every sci-fi original movie in order of their release.
Yo, wait, okay, put me in on this project. We are just diverging from the plot here.
Oh my god. Sorry, I just really love sci-fi originals, and now I'm just thinking about. So there's like smallpox or something. Nobody really gives a shit. There's no exposition here. There's no voiceover.
No.
There's no like text on screen. You are immediately thrown into this is the reality and you're gonna deal with it.
Yeah, but I really appreciated that because I knew what was going on immediately. My first note is just, what is this? The fucking Village? Because it reminded me of the shooting around M. Night Shyamalan's The Village, which is a piece of work and honestly a worse movie than this one.
Yeah, it's just like, it's totally fine. It seems like a low budget. This movie wasn't
offensive to mentally disabled people, so I'm really into it.
This kind of seemed like the... What am I thinking of? Like if you, like when you go to like a local history museum and they have like a little movie theater where you can watch like a 20-minute film on what life was like back in ye olden days at the colonial village.
Yeah.
And like it's that level of like acting and production, but for a whole movie with an ogre.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, R.I.P. Lord Albert.
Yeah, fucking press F to pay your respects. I stopped paying attention at that point.
I actually really enjoyed this opening part because it felt like all the actors were really excited to be there, and it looked really good. They took a lot of time to shoot it and definitely color grade it a little more blue and make sure that the lighting was dramatic. I genuinely appreciated the fact that it looked like a lot of work on part of both cast and crew went into the village portions.
They definitely had, all the departments were really, really small, obviously, but they did have like greensmen and they did have costumers and they did have people that were kind of like dedicated to the look of this movie beyond just like throw everybody together in something that looks like period piece costume.
Yeah, they put a lot of effort into making sure that the costumes for all of the village people looked good.
Yeah.
Especially
Can we not refer to them
beautiful
as the village people? Yeah, please.
They do sing YMCA later in the film. We'll get to it.
I missed that.
But yeah, no, the costuming and I feel like the acting, especially during these political portions, is really well done. I felt stakes.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly not like Oscar-worthy performances, but it's definitely A-okay until the CG monster comes in.
Fucking so I make a couple comments. They're like, this movie isn't so bad. And then, well, the ogre is on screen. I regret to inform you, my previous comment no longer holds up.
That's such a good one. And I was just so excited because I love bad visual effects. Like there's a difference. let me quantify this statement because I feel the need to justify this. There's a difference between something that is truly terrible and something that is bad for the time. So in the original Stargate movie, they have these masks on the characters that are CG, and they like retract towards this is towards the end of the movie, and they're very bad. They are just not good looking CG effects, but that's because it's Stargate, and that's from ye olden days of visual effects and CG. And then there's things like Ogre, where you can tell somebody tried, but it was not enough. Like, it's just not okay, but in the best way possible.
Yeah, I mean, the Ogre looks like maybe an early PS3 character. He's rough, and his back is really like wet or metallic.
Oh, he's definitely like only blend shaded. He has no texture. There's like no bump map on him. He looks like if you took that green ghost from Ghostbusters and like made him a buff ape man.
Do you not know Slimer's name?
Thank you. I think I referred to him as Slimer like a little bit later on in my notes, but I was not confirmed. Yeah, I wanted to refer to him as Slimer, but I did not know fully that his name was Slimer.
Oh my god.
Okay. Here we also have my roommate weighing in the second the Ogre comes on screen. I had to rewind this bit a couple times because she really, 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 really wanted to take a picture of it and send to her wife. So we're watching this and she's like, go back, go back, go back. And her phone just like would not pick up the Ogre. So I kept having to go back to this like 30-second interval of the movie where the Ogre first comes out. And she just goes, It looks about as good as the Harry Potter Ogre. Why aren't we watching Shrek? And I said, because I have standards and they're lower than Shrek.
That's 100% too.
Somebody once told me. Sorry.
Speaking of lower than Shrek, we cut to the other half of the movie. Y'all will understand in a minute.
Yeah.
In the modern day, 4 teens are hiking through the woods. Excitable Terry has a map showing the purported location of a mysteriously vanished town. He trips and breaks his ankle, but carrying him back out of the woods would be too difficult. Mike suggests that he and Jessica go onward to seek help, while Terry and Leah set up camp. Leah is unhappy with the situation, and Terry spots a shelter. The doors that were locked over a century ago with those quarantined people in it. Gross. He breaks open the door, releasing a huge, misshapen ogre. It jumps out of the cave and kills Terry and Leah. This part of the movie sucks because the teens' acting is so bad.
Oh, yeah. They're very clearly like D-list actors, Canadian actors.
Oh my god, none of them are trying, and Terry has a fake black eye that's very clearly just a lot of eyeshadow painted around his eye.
Oh yeah, my roommate was also hating on the fake black eye.
You just need to swell the eye up to make it look like it's real. That's the secret.
That's a budget that they did not have, my friends.
Oh, you pack spirit gum around it and then you paint it.
That's disgusting. They didn't have that budget because... oh, God. Okay, you have a note that these girls, it's clearly not very cold out. And my response was, I think that line was ad-libbed. And they were cold because this shit was filmed in Canada for 2 million Canadian dollars in 2008. So that's about like $2 US in today's money.
So like they're just wearing Aeropostale long sleeve shirts, down vests,
excuse you,
and scarves.
Non-branded long sleeve shirts.
They're clearly from Aeropostale or American Eagle. You can fight me. It's 2008.
Yeah, no, I feel it. I feel it. It's a mood.
But yeah,
like a big mood.
Their outfits don't look warm enough for how cold it looks outside. Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
The boys are dressed significantly warmer.
Yes. But you have to also remember that men's clothing is significantly warmer than women's clothing, and women are forced to layer.
It's true. When Terry breaks his leg and Leah is left to set up camp, she's like, I don't know how to set up camp. And I'm like, fucking put up a tent and elevate this boy's leg. What are you doing?
I don't know how to use a tent. I'm a girl.
Why the fuck did you go camping if you don't know how to
They're
do that?
not going camping.
Apparently,
He's very clear about that. They're going on an expedition.
where were they going to sleep?
Also,
it was already nighttime.
I stand corrected. In 2008, the US dollar and the Canadian dollar were very, very close, like almost a 1-to-1 ratio. I feel the need to correct my previous statements.
I'm glad we have the live correction.
Yeah, well, fuck you.
Fuck me indeed. And also, fuck this whole part of the movie.
Yeah, it's boring. Like, anything with the teens is kind of boring.
It gets better, though, because Mike and Jessica
we leave Terry and Leah, which is great.
Yes.
Because they are the suckiest.
They're the worst. I think that they specifically, like, had them film this scene first and then picked Mike and Jessica as the better actors.
Mm-hmm.
So Mike and Jessica leave to go find help. They find the road is blocked by a no trespassing sign, but ignore it because they can't fucking read. They hear a bell ringing and are surprised to find that a town really exists in this remote area. They peep into a building and see a town meeting taking place, led by Bartlett. He retells the history of the town's recovery for the benefit of the viewer. The plague was cured, but as part of the spell, the evil of the disease was reborn as an ogre. The cost of the spell is that a human must be sacrificed to the ogre every year.
That's it.
The fact that these teens just, like, wander into this scary-ass town in the middle of the woods that no one's ever heard of, like, this is not where you get help.
But they have heard of it, and that's why it's a legend, and that's why they're on an expedition to find it. They, like, vaguely set this up in 2 lines.
Well, yeah, but, like, the fact that it doesn't really... They don't know that it exists, these people aren't going to help you. They're going to eat your organs or whatever.
You don't know that. They might be nice. They might just be super Amish.
Oh, also, during this portion of the film, because it's not anywhere... Terry and what's-her-name, Leah, get up and open the crypt and they die, but Terry just fucking gets up on his broken ankle and is walking around, and what the hell? Lay down. You hurt yourself. Don't be running around because you're so excited to find this crypt.
Okay, but none of these people are doctors, so I want to call her Megan because I just hate Megans. No offense to any one listener named Megan. What's his name? Jessica. Jessica and Leah are not doctors. Like, nobody is a doctor, you know?
Yeah, but I'm a doctor enough to know, like, to pop that leg up. Don't move.
They're like, I can feel the bone. And you're like, how do you know it's a bone? You don't even know which way north is. Like, calm the fuck down, bitch.
Like, Terry definitely just twisted his ankle.
Yeah, no, he's totally... unless he has, like, the weakest bones in the history of the universe. It's not happening.
Why did he need the black eye? What was that useful for the film?
No, I think we were trying to establish that he's, like...
Klutzy?
Yeah. I think.
Okay.
I don't know. Actually, I honestly am unclear on what the fuck was happening there now.
Yeah.
The more I think about this, the less it makes any sense.
This part of the plot is haphazardly done.
Oh, yeah. One of the reviews that I read, because Mike and Jessica trespass, one of the reviews I read said, naturally, they trespass. And then Lord Bartlett looks vaguely like a $2 Russell Crowe. Like, if you squint, he looks vaguely like Russell Crowe. However, we get this. Do you think that's what Peter Dinklage would look like if he was fully grown? Go ahead, write that down. As I was typing it, and Nora was sitting next to me taking, like, a swig of her rum.
I genuinely think Peter Dinklage would be like too hot to handle. Peter Dinklage is very attractive.
I do enjoy him.
Like, he's a hot dude.
I do enjoy Peter Dinklage.
Also, he seems like he's a cool person. No one ever find out anything bad about Peter Dinklage.
No,
if you do, don't tell me.
If Peter Dinklage is canceled, I might just have to cancel myself.
Right? I can't.
Like
all these people getting canceled.
There's
I
so
can't
many
do
people.
it.
I've decided, like, if Sir Ian ever gets like canceled, I'll just cry. Or like Dame Maggie Smith, or Peter Dinklage, or Patrick Stewart, or Viggo Mortensen. If Viggo Mortensen ever gets canceled, I'll cry.
Agreed. Fuck.
He's just so attractive.
Yeah,
also, he seems like a genuinely good person. I feel like that's my mark. It's just like, you seem like you are a genuinely good person. Like Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans, they seem like genuinely good people.
Agreed. Cancel culture is rough.
Yeah, it's just like, but. Oh man, speaking of butts, Bartlett has a staff with an orb at the end, and he's a butt. Yeah, so,
he is a butt.
Real quick, Lord Bartlett seems to be some kind of warlock or whatever. And the fact that this is in like ye olden days on the East Coast, where witches were basically just burned for looking like a witch. He's got a magic fucking staff with a large orb at the end of it, and light comes from it. And then, like, that's how the sacrifices for the ogre are chosen. And a beam falls on this character named Stephen Chandler, who we literally call young Stephen the entire fucking movie. And then Hope screams, I assume, because she has a love for Stephen. And Stephen is the next sacrifice.
Yes. The orb. The orb.
Lord Bartlett says we must ask the orb in like the most straightforward way, dramatic way possible. And Nora almost snorted out her rum. It was so good.
The ogre looks ridiculous. The orb, when it like deaths someone, it's like a bad Thanos snap effect where they just kind of disintegrate into light.
But it doesn't kill anyone, does it?
I don't know.
No, the orb doesn't kill anybody. The orb just selects the sacrifices for the ogre.
Emily,
what?
I paid attention and I still don't fucking know.
Learn to appreciate art, Mel.
No. Also, this movie really lends itself to me looking at it for 3 minutes and then looking away.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that you can pay attention to, but at the same time, you don't super duper have to pay attention to. Like, you could definitely look away for a couple minutes.
Yeah, you can. But you would miss the fact that each year, more people become concerned about the pact with the ogre. No children are being born, because I guess they all got sterilized by the magic spell. So the population has dwindled from hundreds to dozens. There are rumors that Bartlett cast the spell for his own goals, not to save everyone. It is apparent that time has stopped in the town, and no one has aged since the 1800s. They are immortal, but the required sacrifice makes it hellish, as they lose more loved ones over the years. Mike and Jessica are discovered and thrown in jail, along with young Stephen. They learn that there is an invisible barrier around the town, and that none of the residents can leave without dying.
Yeah.
When Jessica is thrown into jail, her line is just, I didn't do anything wrong. It's so good.
And Mike has a line where he's like, my father is a prominent lawyer. And I was like, oh my God, this is like the whitest white boy to ever have white boyed.
He's so white. Also, it was... They explained the immortality, but my brain was like, it's a time hole, right? Like the teens kind of wandered into the time hole. I don't know. It made sense in my head.
Yeah. So they kind of established this if you were paying a lot of attention, which you really had to be paying attention. Bartlett basically enters a pact with Satan himself to grant the town, like the whole town, immortality. But in return, they have to sacrifice a person to the ogre each year, and they cannot leave the limits of the town. So essentially, Satan's like, yeah, sure, I won't give anybody the pox, and you can all be immortal, and you can all never get sick again. But at the same time, you're trapped here, and you'll slowly have to kill off your own population.
I mean, like, is that not how life and death works anyway?
I don't know.
Like, as I was reading that out loud, oh, it's hellish to lose your loved ones. And I'm like, you never had to age. You live forever and you can't get pregnant. Like, yeah, somebody's got to choose to die every year.
Honestly,
but your number is not going to come up for a while.
I would pick it.
Yeah, like, it doesn't sound that bad.
No.
I don't know. Also, do the teens just assume that the townspeople are very committed to being Amish? No, they just think they're tweaked out. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, nobody is truly, like, concerned all that much with what's going on.
It's weird. Also, Jessica again screams another line. They're gonna eat you.
Yeah, Jessica's lines are almost
so
entirely screamed dramatically and in the worst way humanly possible. Like, it sucks. I cannot emphasize how much Jessica sucks as a character. And
Jessica
I would
is
say
awful,
as an actress.
but that's why I love her.
Yeah, no, she's like overly dramatic and nobody really... I don't think she was really given any direction aside from be dramatic.
So, here's the thing, though. Mm-hmm. I appreciate that this movie has decided to interweave two very, like, standard movie plots. And be like, okay, we're going to do the teen monster movie, but we're going to do it with the old town monster movie and, like, put them together.
Yeah, so they were
it
just
makes
like...
both halves feel better.
They were like, you want to know what was great? The Village. You want to know what's also great? Monster movies. You want to know what we're going to do? Mash those fuckers together. And they did, successfully, I would say. It's gonna take a lot to take me away from you.
Why are you singing Africa?
I don't know. I was just thinking about it.
I'm so sorry.
I know. This happens to me sometimes. You have to forgive me. Hope. No. We're back to the magic selection of the ogre victims. So Hope finds out that this selection is not random and it's fixed by Lord Bartlett, her father. So she confronts him and then realizes that the rumors about his motives are true. And she and the others are determined to end the situation. Hope realizes that she may die, but she firmly believes that this must be done. So that's fine. It's fine.
So at this point, the summary that was written was almost over, and it felt very put together. And I was like, oh god, it's minute 30, and this plot summary is almost over. Where the fuck is this movie going?
Yeah, no, they're just like, hey, yo, what up? Here's your movie. And they just kind of yeet it out. I pretty much always wanted the ogre to be on screen because it was better than the acting pretty much ever was. And once again, I was like, I definitely saw this on TV in 2008. So
yeah, the ogre is hilarious to look at, and I also wanted it to be on screen more. So at one point, someone says "returneth againeth," and it made me laugh.
Oh yeah, Mike is just not having it. The teens are when they're being sarcastic assholes, it's totally fine. Like, the acting is fine because they're being just sarcastic, bitchy teens. And when the movie gets plot heavy and people actually have to try and act, it just gets really, really tedious because they're not, like, trained actors. Or they don't seem like they have a lot of acting chops, shall we say.
No, that about sums it up. My note on that: where's the ogre at, bitches?
Yeah. Hope tries to find... What is she trying... Oh, she's looking for a book. And she lies to her father about the book that she's looking for because he's like, what the fuck are you doing looking in this office, child? And she's like, I'm just looking for a book of stories that I read as a child. And I put, could you also teach me, a lowly woman from the 1800s, how to read? Because this movie is weird.
It's real weird. My next note is just, the ogre shows no mercy.
Yeah, rip Lord Bartlett. Fucking
Eat
rip
shit.
Lord Bartlett.
He deserved it.
It's hard. Like, it's rough. And I mentioned this previously. Stephen, the character, is called Young Stephen for the entirety of the movie. So I can only assume that there is an older Stephen, and this is like some Pliny the Elder and Pliny the Younger shit where they have to differentiate each other. You know?
Yeah. It's fucking... I think they thought it would be more old-timey to call him Young Stephen.
Young Stephen. But it's the way they say
Yeah, you
it.
get
That's
it.
what I'm saying. They're just like, Young Stephen. And you're like, can you not? Can you chill?
I know. I love how pissed Mike is at all of the people who live in the village. Like, he's just not having this plot. He wants nothing to do with it.
To be fair, I also would have wanted absolutely fuck all to do with it.
My next note, which is definitely the ogre is on his way, is just, oh Lord, he coming.
He climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up. We love the ogre.
The ogre actually reminded me and like dug up memories of the live action Ben 10 movie, which I don't know if you've seen. I think we should add that to the list.
I was unaware that there was a live action Benjamin Tenjamin movie.
Yes, the Benjamin Tenjamin movie that's live action and is as low budget as Ogre in terms of CG.
Is it really that low budget?
You please pause while Emily Googles the live action Ben 10 movie because I want her to see this live.
I'm looking it up right now.
The live action Ben 10 movie was created after the ending of the initial series of Ben 10.
Live action
and I think
Ben 10 movie.
So, Ben 10 is a series that was really profitable for Cartoon Network and sold a buttload of toys, especially internationally, because it's got like this universal
Alien
appeal
Swarm?
of young boy. I think that's it.
Official trailer widescreen. I would just like to point out that we can just do this live because we're only 40 minutes in and the movie's almost over.
Yeah.
All right. Ben 10 movie trailer. Oh, God. That's loud.
But yeah, so I think this was Cartoon Network's attempt to cash in, but also appeal to another, like a wider audience even. It doesn't make any sense.
It looks kind of... The acting is on par with the sci-fi original.
Yep.
Why does Benjamin Tenjamin look like he's 27?
Right?
Also, this trailer is in like 100 DP.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So this is a Fast and the Furious movie for children mixed with the Langoliers.
Okay.
Ben 10 movie. I can't see any of the effects because they're so blurry. Also, I was really bored with the
Oh,
trailer.
God.
Oh, shit.
Well, I mean...
Ben 10 Race Against Time, all
Yeah.
alien transformations.
Oh, my God. Were there multiple live-action Ben 10 movies?
Yes.
Fucking hell.
Oh, this Ben 10 is younger.
Oh, okay. Whichever one is the one that came out earliest is the one that I'm thinking
This
of.
definitely looks...
Which I know is very useful.
Oh, oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus Christ. This can't...
She's dying.
Oh. Fucking kill me. What? He goes through like Sailor Moon-esque shitty transformations.
He does that in the show, too.
Oh, really? Here else.
Yeah, there's like just a heavily animated transformation sequence for every one of them that they reuse.
What the shit?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yep.
I remember when I was a kid, I knew Cartoon Network. Basically, everybody hates this. Wow, this is bad.
So we're going to watch this, is what I'm hearing.
How dare you?
This is a Melanie pick.
Compare.
This is on brand for me.
No, how dare you compare.
We got to watch Reanimated. Also putting that on the list.
How dare you compare Ogre to this?
Okay, look at this and tell me that it won't be at least as fun as watching Ogre. Oh God, the transformation to gray matter is terrifying.
Yeah, that was me going, what the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah.
This is like some low rent Animorphs bullshit. The character itself doesn't look that bad.
I've never seen an Animorph either.
You've never seen Animorphs?
No.
Did you read Animorphs?
No.
It's about children that turn into animals.
Disgusting.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, all the covers were them in the stages of transforming, so it definitely bred some furries.
Excuse me.
Oh, it's one of those podcasts.
That's how I feel about the Ben 10 movie.
Just a little burp. Just one burp.
Just a tiny one. Because
I think we can move back into Ogre.
Yeah, I mean, we're almost
Steven
done.
is orbed on out
he
of this bitch.
He is not orbed out of this bitch. You are wrong. What happens is Steven crosses the boundary of the town, which is no bueno, by the way.
Yeah.
So Steven crosses the boundary. He's like steps over the stones, and that is not allowed. So he is raptured the fuck away. That's it. He's not orbed or anything. It's just like, you can't cross that boundary or you're gonna die. And then he dies, and everybody's like, oh no, Steven.
I like Steven's willingness to just be like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Oh yeah, no, he like yeets himself into, he's just like, I'm ready to die. And it's amazing.
I really wanted Hope to turn out to be like a witch or know a lot of magic, which she kind of does, but I wanted her to just like whip out some dark magic shit.
I
don't know why.
She's all right.
Yeah. Also, at one point, Jess turns to Mike and is like, are Terry and Leah dead?
Oh,
and my answer is, I don't know, Jess. They're probably dead because that bitch didn't even know how to pitch a tent, not because of the magic ogre.
Yeah, no, it's all. Yeah, both and all. By the way, I hope you noticed that Hope had a magic necklace, because if you didn't, it comes into play a little later, so I just wanted to point it out now. Everybody, Hope has a magic necklace.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hope is a magic necklace. Also, I kind of feel for Bartlett, because he wanted to cure the plague and save his kid.
He wanted to save a lot of people. Like, I don't understand why it had to be, like, a pact with Satan, though. You know? Like, why we had to go that far. Nothing matters.
Because there was no other way.
Nothing fucking matters.
Penicillin wasn't going to be invented for another million years. JK, I think it already was.
Speaking of the fucking townspeople here, Hope is just like, we gotta get together. We gotta break this curse. We have to go against my dad, and we're gonna use magic to do it, because of course there's magic. I mean, there's an ogre, so I guess it's natural that there's magic. The ogre kills Bartlett, because of course it does. And then Mike and Jessica escape, and they report their findings to the local sheriff, who laughs in their face, because of course he does. So they fucking steal a police car and drive back to the village to help kill the ogre, because they feel this immense guilt and their friends are dead. In the final battle, the ogre is killed, spoilers, and that releases the remaining townspeople from the pact they made long ago. They disappear in a glowing light, passing on to the afterlife, finally free. They are fucking raptured the fuck away.
Yep.
And it's great. It's amazing.
But yeah, so what the fuck is the ogre's face? What is its mesh?
It does not have a mesh. It is it's disgusting.
It scrunches its face.
It's just not a good design at all. And that does not help.
Again, I'm not convinced that Bartlett is the bad guy so much as a dude that ended up way in over his head with some bad magic.
Yeah, he worked. I don't know. He tried. He definitely just wanted to save as many people as he could. And that ended up getting really, really fucked.
When Mike and Jessica go to the cops, the cop has no fucks to give about these kids that come in clearly shaken up and are like, something terrible has happened to our friends. And he's like, I need a fucking donut. Get out of my face. I don't want to listen to you.
Yeah.
Like, they came in. They look genuinely terrified. And this cop gives no fucks.
No, zero. Like, minimal fuckage here is given. Minimal.
I have a note on Hope's acting.
Oh,
she goes, my father is dead, and then, like, bobs her head sassily.
Yeah, she does this
and
little,
I wasn't
like,
ready for
when
it.
she says dead, she, like, almost does, like, a chicken peck. She's just like, my father is dead. You guys can't see this because I'm talking, and it's not a visual element here.
One day we will record an actual physical podcast, but not today.
Not today, Satan. Speaking of Satan.
My note is just, Emily, I'm going to fucking level with you here. Hour 1 was great. Hour 2 has been a slog, and I have literally zero interest in it.
I would definitely agree on that point. I also linked you an article because I needed to get mad today, and basically it's the TLDR of the article that I have linked is that animators and VFX artists are not protected under Canadian law because they're not considered high-tech professionals, so they don't qualify for the HTP exclusion. So that made me really, really mad while also watching this movie that was making me mad because it kept going and it kept making me think of that song from Rent about lighting the fucking candle. And yeah, there's a lot of great lines that happen in this last bit because Mike is just like, do you know what an ogre is? And the cops are like, the fuck are we even dealing with? And then Mike also looks like one of the Sprouse twins, but like 10 years before the Sprouse twins would age up to look like Mike. Do you kind of see it?
You know, like, based on current spouse twins, especially the one that plays Jughead on Riverdale. Yeah.
The fucking teens.
God, he's hot.
Being angsty, sarcastic teens was life. And there's
the
fucking shoe. So there's a shoe on the ground. And Jessica goes, it's Terry. And I go, that's a shoe. And Nora goes, it was Terry. And we were just there to make fun of this movie from there on out.
Here's my notes on the ogre. Oh, damn, and there's that ogre. He's so awful, I love him. Also his stupid butt and that he has no shadows and is barely in the environment. And that he's lit differently from shot to shot. This ogre is my boyfriend now.
No, okay, so there's a joke in visual effects where it's just like, just blur the shit out of it when it doesn't look good. Or like you're just like, I don't know how to fix this, just blur the shit out of it. But this whole creature looks like somebody like had a blur pass on it and they were supposed to mask it to somewhere else, but they like did the mask wrong, but it was too late to go back and fix anything about the movie. So the whole creature looks a little bit blurry and like a little bit smudgy.
So
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I
No.
think my next
Hold on.
note-
Yeah.
go.
So Hope, there's like a spell when they're trying to like protect themselves from the ogre as they're coming up with plans to kill it. So this is before Mike and Jessica come back. But Hope is just like, okay, everybody, these blocks of, I think they're bread or wood or something. They're just like, these blocks represent your homes, and we're going to surround everybody's homes with salt, and then you're going to light a candle, and just don't let the candle go out, and then the ogre won't eat you. All of these fucking idiots are sitting right next to their windows so that if anything happens to the candle, which spoilers, it happens to somebody's candle, it goes out, it gets knocked over, and he has to relight it, but it's too late because the spell is broken. They're just sitting right next to their goddamn windows. Like, light your candle, go down to the goddamn basement, or like go to a back room. Go to a room that the ogre can't reach. Like, don't sit right next to your second story fucking window.
Yeah.
It's just
No,
stupid.
I fully agree with that. I realized why I keep using the word orb. I decided that I was going to call anything where they all glowed orbed.
Oh.
So everyone's getting orbed to heaven.
Fucking
which I think is just
raptured.
very funny.
Fucking
They were orbed.
raptured.
Orb.
Orb. Yeah, it's a lot is going on here. Sci-fi originals are the best.
I think,
that's the end of the movie.
yeah, sci-fi originals. Yep.
That's it.
They fucking rule.
Yeah, sci-fi originals are the best. Can I read you a little bit of this review that I found?
Emily, I would love that.
So, a little backstory here. Headless Horseman was another sci-fi original that came out around Halloween, so they do reference it. Headless Horseman did not, however, feature a creature that looked like Vince McMahon's... How do you say that? Vince
McMahon.
McMahon? Are you fucking serious?
I'm 100% serious. If there's one thing I know, it's how to say Vince McMahon's name.
Who is Vince McMahon?
Worked with his wife. Commissioner of the WWE, or WWF. WWE now, yeah.
Cool.
Wrestling.
The Headless Horseman did not, however, feature a creature that looked like Vince McMahon's ideal version of Shrek. Like a pot-bellied boss monster from a video game, the ogre in all its hokey CGI glory looks like a giant inflatable crossbreeding of Shrek, a sumo wrestler, and the blocky title monsters from sci-fi's SS Doom Trooper, which itself was one of the most lol-worthy monstrosities they've ever leashed upon viewers. If you don't come close to doing a spit take the moment the ogre first appears in the film's opening minutes, then the best thing you can do is switch the channel immediately, because its goofy appearance is one of the only two things Ogre has going for it. For goodness sakes, the ogre has bitch tits. Confirmed, the ogre did in fact have bitch tits.
The ogre fully had bitch tits.
It was amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, this review was...
I don't think I have anything left to say.
There's nothing left to say. There's really...
The ogre has bitch tits. Oh, man.
Yeah, the production company...
That's a better review than our podcast.
It really is. So, like we said, Cinetel does sci-fi originals. They're an independent production company. So because they're a small independent production company, there's really not a lot about this movie that we can, like, dig into for fun, because nobody has any more info about it. It's just the way it is.
Yeah. Hey, how would you feel about piloting a new feature for our podcast?
What the fuck is it?
The Dark Internet Corner.
What about it?
Is that a yes?
I need to know a little bit more about what the Dark Internet Corner is going to be.
So remember how we did our bonus the other week about tulpas?
Oh,
and how we got very angry about unions last week?
Yes, because the Laura.
Let's just talk about something shit on the internet that we heard about on the internet. Because the fake ad reads obviously are great, but I feel like we gotta mix it up this season. This is a big season for us. Have you figured out our theme yet?
I know our theme because I invented it.
I'm talking to the listener at home.
I don't know that because I don't have visual on you. So because this is an auditory medium only. I can't see you.
Have you figured out our theme? I'm gonna do my best Dora the Explorer now so you know that I'm not talking to you, bitch.
Find the map.
Click here to tell us the theme.
Kill the map.
You really gotta get in there and get sharp on it.
Kill the map.
Please. So, dark internet corner this week is cancel culture, because Emily and I have a lot of feelings about people that have been semi-recently canceled, even though this will air, I want to say like 10 to 12 weeks after the actual cancelings have occurred.
Here's the thing, though.
Just fucking handle it.
I don't have strong feelings about the canceling. I just have strong feelings about men, and they're very negative views, so I don't think I should say them aloud.
That's fair. The canceling doesn't bother me because we're canceling people for legitimate reasons.
Yeah, no, people are gross, first of all. If you're a disgusting pedophile, you deserve to be canceled. If you're a disgusting racist, you deserve to be canceled. And if you are a person that is trying to strip women of their body autonomy and make abortion illegal, you deserve to be killed.
Yeah, all of that shit. Eat a dick, men who are mostly the listeners of our podcast.
Yeah, but I don't think that people... I feel like there's a weird non-overlap between people that listen and people that hate women.
Yeah, no, I feel like I'm very fortunate in my life, and that most of the people that I talk to and interact with have empathy.
Yeah,
and
it's almost
even
weird.
If they are... Right? Even if they're not a certain gender or race or sexual identity, they understand enough about what it means to struggle in life that they respect those people.
Yeah. You know.
You don't need to understand, like, whatever. Fine. You can just imagine it. And then you're like, whoa, that person has struggles. I should, be nice and not an asshole.
No.
God, just fuck.
Everybody is problematic.
Everybody's problematic. Everybody sucks. And I just want to tuck into bed and eat a big old bar of chocolate and just watch the world burn.
Hey, Sam, can somebody cancel me?
Ooh, you want to be canceled?
Yeah.
Okay, here's some cancelable facts about Emily. Kicked in car headlights.
Yeah.
Doesn't like children as much as she should, despite the fact that she is a woman.
Correct that too. I don't like children at all.
Nice to horses.
I love ponies.
It's really... Yeah, I feel like these are all of the cancelable facts. You're too nice to horses.
I honestly don't know if there's anything about me that's super cancelable.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely deleted all of my childhood internet presence, even though it wasn't tied to me, just so that way I wouldn't ever have to deal with it. I do feel like anything that you did pre-18 or 20, especially if you're a good person now, should just be ignored.
I don't...
if it's not a crime.
If you didn't commit a terrible, awful crime. Here's the thing.
Yes.
I think that if you have said awful shit in the past, but you have fully changed your ways and your views, if you've come... I'm going to use James Gunn as the example. James Gunn, director of Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy 2, it said some bad shit back in the day. I mean, it's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible, but he's not it was before woke culture, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, it was wrong to say those things, but at the same time, it was not okay to say those things, But he's gone back and he's just be yeah, I said these things in the past, but these are not my views now. And like he's totally changed. He advocates for other people, and he's like, he seems genuinely like a decent person. And like, you can come back from being a douche.
Yeah. That's it. Like, you just say, hey, I fucked up. I'm sorry. I want to do better. And then you do better. And that's it.
Yeah.
And even if you don't do the best and you just try, that's good enough. Like, and you make the effort, people will help.
Yeah. Making an attempt to be a better person and saying like, I want to be better. I want to change. That's good. That's fine.
Yeah. And like, just asking questions, being like, hey, I don't know if this is offensive to X culture. I want to know before I do anything. It's like, yes, good.
Yeah.
You're doing the work.
Yeah. It's hard to explain.
Yes. But this podcast is brought to you by empathy. Empathy.
Word of the
Put
day.
yourself in place of me.
What the fuck?
That's how it works.
Word of the week.
You try.
What it should be is a word of the week section. And we relate it back.
Ooh, I like that. It's a lot brighter than the dark internet corner. Now I gotta write a song for every word?
No. Just make it up.
I don't know. I feel like I do now. There's an expectation.
I don't know.
Fuck.
Everything's a fucking disaster. Whatever.
Who knows if this will even be in the final cut?
Fuck it.
Yeah. Eat shit, everybody. But also, this has been Animated Opinions. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you. We have opinions. You can have them too. I'm Melanie.
Emily.
Bye.